never light a cigar that way.
Yo, it's the Shadow Smokers Legion, fun, family, and smoke. Rockin' with Phoenix Fresh rhymes, they stronger than no. About to break it off with the illest of crews, led by the man Tony Wang, making his vision come true. Now let me take you on a ride. We got love for cigars, from the east to the west, only the brightest of stars. I screen in the scene, little guy with the shop, shadow gazing around. You know it ain't gonna stop. Cigar mechanic don't panic when he's repping his brand. Escadillo and more, smooth as sticks in the land. Hashimoto's around, jumping live in the chats. Asian orange and more, his button's famous in fact. Cigars, pipes, whiskey, coffee, and more. Turbo jetting around, Tim with the dopest of pours. What's that? Huh? One wheel and reviews? Martin in the house, sharing the latest smoke news. Need to pick me up? Get to Southeast US. Bob and Chief in the mix, you know they saying God bless. We got that journey, voyage, private blends for the crew. Celebrating with coins, repping that dope swag too. Now I'm about to sign off, you know it's time for that audit. Light up the group with my post, you know I'll rock it and sock it. But remember y'all, Legion, it lives with a passion. From a man in the shadows, ayo, the SoySauceAssassin. So cut it, light it, love the smoke from your region. After all we connect, it's through the power of Legion.
Hey guys, Tony the SoySauceAssassin. It is Wednesday. It feels like Saturday, but it's Wednesday. I know it's Wednesday. So Wednesday it is. And of course I get a phone call right now from someone I don't even know. I'm not even gonna answer that. So today, smoking this 1502 Blue Sapphire, which I knew is not bad. Okay, I knew it's not bad. That I know for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna smoke that. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna continue to try to get through all these 1502s. Like I have three more to go. I am, however, thinking for Saturday to smoke one of the Rojas. And I'll tell you why. Let me light this cigar up first.
Here we go, Tom.
Pledge. See, like your focus is weird that you can't even see that pledge.
Well, you can now.
No, it's just the reflection is so bright. There's no way. Yeah, it's like a double, almost like doubling.
Oh my gosh, dude. There's no
I can
point
tell you
in
the pledge, but then you just, you know.
It's fine, man.
I think the setup that you had before was better, like in the distance. But like you changed the there you go, I can see that now. Okay. Let me see what this guy wants. Mirror, it's another junk. So, how's everybody doing today? We already know Albert's smoking a pledge. The longer one, I believe, not the shorter one.
This was the winnings from Tim.
Oh yeah. I saw that people are start receiving that, right? People are receiving that already, like a bag of coffee and a couple of sticks. I've seen that. Yeah. Very cedary, super peppery, and that's pretty much what describes 1502 Blue Sapphire. It's peppery, it's powerful, it's got a lot of cedar, it's got a little bit of sweetness to it, and a little bit saltiness to it. You get that woodiness, a little bit of spice, aside from that peppery taste. But yeah, this is one of the, like 1502 Blue Sapphire, I think that's the first 1502 I smoked. It was a blue one. So, you know, I remember that the flavor profile is actually there to enjoy the cigar. It's like an enjoyable notes combination. It's got a lot of that, what do you call it, umami? Like, you know, saltiness to it. Like, almost feel like this cigar's got some MSG in it. All right, it's got that saltiness to it. So, it's got that flavor to it, aside from that pepper. I personally don't like a lot of pepper, but majority of the cigar out there, if it's not Connecticut, you gotta get some pepper to start, and maybe somewhere in the end too. So, yeah, I know this is gonna be a good cigar, and I smoked it before. I know that people do enjoy I think there's a Lancero version of this, and they enjoy the Lancero version of this a lot. But yeah, people in the chat room, let me know why you guys are smoking, if you guys are smoking something. So yeah, today, Joe Sparaccio found, I don't know if I want to give it out online, but a website that was selling street taco. I think the barbacoa from Roja. And literally, like, he went to buy 2 boxes to see if anybody wanted Legion want to, kind of share a box and stuff like that. I went online, found that website too. I bought a box for myself as well. And the thing is that I bought a box thinking that, if I don't buy a box right now, and later on, if the members of the Legion wants it, it will be a lot harder to find them. So I bought one. So I haven't smoked it yet, but Michael said that he liked it. Albert said that he liked it. Matt Hashimoto pretty much expressed that if he wasn't married, he would marry to that cigar right now. Yeah. And so a lot of people are excited over it. A lot of people are actually very excited for that cigar. And despite of what my personal impression of that brand is like, I think it's better if I tried it, right? So Saturday, we have most people on. I will try that cigar. I'll let you guys know how it is. Of course, when that box comes, if the Legions want to do like some group bites to take a few sticks off of me, I'm more than welcome to do that. Unless that cigar is that good, I'll be like, oh, sorry. Right? So,
hey, Tony, there'll be a lot more, I think, coming out. I mean, it's a hit, so.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's got to be a lot more of that because, after all, he didn't open the account with Michael. If he's with Michael, then, yeah, he won't have any left. Right? So I know he's going to have a lot left. But, just in case, so, I'll smoke it. I'll find out how that is really like and, take that as an enjoyment before my COVID-19 second dose on Sunday. Right? So that's what I'm going to do on Saturday. I'm going to take a break from that, from the 1502, and I'm going to smoke the barbacoa, street taco, and we'll talk about that. We'll go with that. All right? So that's the plan for Saturday if nothing goes wrong. I've been working a lot this week. All those things happen, the unscheduled show on Sunday and all that stuff, and I've been talking to lawyers. It's just busy week. Especially for the Legion, the future and stuff like that. Talking to the lawyer doesn't hurt. So I've been talking to the lawyer. I also been talking to obviously I got the humidor done. The humidor is coming. I basically told them that I want 10, but if you can get me more, I will take more, but not 500 more. Right? I was basically, between 10 and 20. If you can give me 20, I'll take 20. Right? So, I looked at my credit card. They so far only charged me for 10. Haven't charged me the shipping. Haven't charged me anything else yet. So, if I do get more, I'll let you guys know. Alright, so that humidor, I know a lot of people are just gonna. It's small. It only fits like 20 sticks maybe, according to them. They said
it's not about how many sticks it fits, man.
I understand. It's just that when I go out and when I look at humidors, I was like, dude, for $200 or $300, you can buy like a 250 stick humidor, winador. Okay. So for something like that, $70 something or $80, that's a lot of money. And which it makes sense because if I was to purchase 500 of them, each one would be like $30, right? It will make sense, but it just doesn't make sense at that price. And I think there is like a break point where when you do shipping, right? Let's say if anything before a pound is a certain price. But after you hit a pound, the price dramatically increase and then stops. And then every pound after that is like 10 cents until you hit like maybe 2 pounds, right? And then it increases dramatically again. So for that, it's the same thing. Like if you're shipping between under this amount of weight, it's one ridiculous price. And then if you pass that, increment is smaller, but you had to pass that first. We didn't pass that, so shipping those things is crazy expensive, and it's gonna take 30 days. What the hell? So yeah, expect that to arrive sometime end of next month, if anything. All right, end of next month. But we're not taking the payment right now. Basically, once it gets here, I'm just gonna take the amount that I say I would, add shipping, divided by 10, take away 1, and then give you guys that price. It's actually, in the end, it cost me a lot more than $75 each. But I wanted to make it happen. So I told you guys it's got about that price range. It's got to be that price range. Okay? And obviously we have this one to raffle as well. We'll have the one for raffling as well. And you guys saw me, I've been talking to a different manufacturer. I talked to watch manufacturers. Like, hey, that watch wouldn't be a bad idea. Because I've been looking at watches, right? I've been looking at watches, and then, while I was doing that, I was browsing Alibaba, and then I found watch companies that was actually making the same shape of the watch that I was looking at. And they happened to have a black one, like a matte black one. And I looked at it, I was like, that actually doesn't look too bad, right? That actually doesn't look too bad. I think the digital render they give me is actually like a dark stainless steel, but I know they have a black matte color, which I want.
It looks like you're looking at it.
Huh?
It looks as though you're looking at it right now.
What do you mean?
Are you looking at a picture of it?
No, I'm looking at you because you're on the side of my screen.
Oh, okay. I thought you was looking at the watch because I was saying if you're looking at it, you should show us.
No. I have one upstairs before I came down. So, yeah, people is like, what? Tony is always looking to the side like this, but this is literally where the chat screen is to me. This is where the OBS screen is to me. This is where the chat screen is to me. Okay. And if you want to know my other computer screen where it is, like when I search for stuff, if I'm looking like this, I am looking at the computer screen. So when I'm searching stuff, I'll be this way. If I'm looking this way, I'm looking for stuff. Alright? If I'm looking this way, if I'm looking this way, I'm looking right at Albert's face right now. And then if I look at here, I am looking at my screen. So yeah. Now, SSL Rolex is actually not that difficult as you think. Okay? So you had to buy a Rolex. And first, you were looking at maybe an entry level. So you're looking at something like a Datejust. Right? Datejust. So you're looking at about $6,000 Datejust. And then the faceplate costs about $800 to make. So you're looking at about $7,000 to do an SSL Rolex. Not to mention, immediately voids your warranty. Immediately voids your warranty because now your Rolex technically became a Folex because you replaced the part. So I mean, I don't think that's doable. I did look at a few other alternatives because somebody mentioned it, and I was like, I'll look into it, but I still haven't found one that makes sense yet. Because keep in mind, right? Just to make one sample of that watch, they have a printing setup fee of $100. So regardless of what that watch is gonna cost and shipping and all that stuff and all the other detail, you are paying $100 just to print. Period. Just the setup fee is $100. This is why, a lot of time I can't make a lot of samples because every time I want to get one sample of something, they charge you $2 arms and a leg for printing setup. If you want a logo on it at all, it's printing setup. Now you guys also saw the ashtray, right? That ashtray is made out of zinc alloy, and I'm actually kind of interested on that one because that one printing it on there is not too hard. The setup fee is, I think, $100 to $150, but the guy is willing for me to buy like 20 samples if I wanted to. So I think I could buy 20 and kind of split that printing cost through that 20, and each one wouldn't cost too crazy, right? So if it's possible with them, I probably. That's the thing. The one I show you guys, right? It's very complicated. They say that the radius of that is tiny. I'm trying to find an example of that. Okay, you see this? That's probably how big that center is. All right. So it's about like my eyes, right? So about that size, and they are advising me to change the image. So instead of having the entire Shadow Smokers Legion logo, just have the skull and smoke. And I said we can do that. We can give that a try. Right? We can give that a try, and we can basically do that, shrink it down, remove some detail, and it'll be a lot easier to print. And he said that it'll be a lot cheaper overall to print in one color, because right now we have 3 or 4 color. All right, we had the cigar color, we had the red color, we had black color, and white color, so 4 color. So if I can just use just the skull, just white with a black background, it could still look good. All right, it could still look good. Let me see if I have an example how that would look like. Do I have those? No, I don't. I actually don't have that file right now. If I'm on the computer, I actually have that. Next time I'll show it to you guys how it looks like. But basically, if everything is actually, you know what? I could do this. I have an idea. I can show you guys.
We have technology.
Well, I just don't want to, Photoshop while I'm at it. It will take forever. All right. So, wait a second. Okay. So let me do this. I'm gonna download this. I'll show you guys how it will look like if it's just black and white. All right. I actually have a black and white file set up. Okay. So. And this is it. Down low. Alright. Now, this is very rough black and white because it's just basically remove all the color. So, take it with a grain of salt. How that's gonna look like. Oh my god. Alright, shrink. Yes, it's a very big file. How many times I had to shrink it? Shrink. Oh, I can't select it now. Okay, very close. So if you...
What font are you using on that Shadow Smokers?
I don't even know. I'm not kidding. I don't even know.
Can you get a font file?
I have to talk to the designer, but as you guys know, that designer hasn't been talking to me. So I have to find out. But yeah, if you see the black and white, just keep this in mind and then just mentally remove the outer circle. And mentally remove the white behind the skull. And this is all we have, black and white. It wouldn't look too bad. I actually think it looks okay. I actually think it looks okay like that. I can just talk to you guys like this. Right? So, black and white on that. And I haven't made out of like a dark gunmetal color. It wouldn't be too bad. I actually think that would look good. So I'm gonna give them like a file and have them look through it and figure it out whether or not that's doable. Either without the border with the font, or without the font, just the skull. And obviously they had to go back and forth because I had to go to their designer and their printer to find out whether or not they can even fit in there and makes it look good. Because obviously they're not gonna do it if I'm not gonna be happy with it and gonna complain. But that is the situation with that. So far, burns pretty good. Still has that saltiness to it. I actually enjoy this kind of saltiness. A lot of time you get that wet cedar taste. I don't particularly like that wet cedar taste. And this is like a dry cedar but salty. Right? A lot of time you get that wet cedar and salty. That doesn't taste that good. But for me, this dry cedar with a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of like I say, it tastes kind of like MSG somewhere. It's got that umami-ness to it. And then the pepper, it's not too bad. I mean, I literally will say that I'm tolerating the pepper because I don't really like the pepper, but I do like the rest of the taste. I do like the rest of the taste. Plus, I like this size. I just don't like the big size. Plus, it has a little bit of coffiness to it too. Just a little bit, not a lot. It's like an after note of like I wouldn't call it Ethiopian, maybe Colombian coffee note to it. So it's actually not bad. I mean, I'm actually drinking a Brazilian coffee today, so it's like clashy with this coffee taste a little bit, but it works. It works. It works. So, tell you guys something funny though. I had a meeting today, and during the meeting, I was watching Martin's Amaya's video on my earbud on my PC. All right. So I have one screen chatting with them, meeting, and the other screen Martin Amaya's playing with the headset. And what happens? I was keep watching the video, and then at this specific part, no joke, okay, this specific part, my earbud ran out of battery. All right, so it ran out of battery, automatically connects to the next speaker that's available. Okay, so when that happened, I was still talking to my client. And they hear Martin Amaya said, this guy said he just won a big winner. Yep, no kidding. Literally, Martin says, the guy just said he won I think he said, this guy just said he won a big winner. And my client heard that. And then they're like, did you say something about winner? Were you talking to someone else? I said, no. And then like Martin's still talking on the screen. I like, pause. Because I guess somebody drove by Martin and say something about Wiener. Get really close to his mirror. And you can hear Martin complaining about this guy driving very close to his mirror, backing up and swearing and all that stuff. And my client actually heard all that. So yeah, Martin, if I don't get this business, it's your fault.
Yeah, what did that cost you?
Nothing. I mean, they're pretty cool with that. And I was just like, oh yeah, it's another speaker that's playing the sound. You heard it.
So Martin's complaining about my sound. Does it sound better now, Martin?
I think what he's meant is that you have your speaker so loud that I can hear a little bit left over from your speaker.
Is it better now?
Testing 1. Yeah, I can still hear myself. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear it.
I can turn it down, so. How about now?
Testing. Yeah, I can hear it now. It's good.
Yeah, but I can't hear you now, so shit.
Use a headphone.
I need to, man. I feel like I need to get a freaking studio, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
you do need. You need to go like Hashimoto style, the whole gaming set and stuff like that.
I guess so, man.
I actually
I did order a lapel mic, so I'll probably wear that on Saturday.
Okay, all right. I watched a release video on the Secret Lab table just a couple of days ago, and literally I thought it was gonna be like $1,000. Turned out to be $400 plus every accessories additional. I was like, that table is totally not impressive at all, and but even though it's not impressive, in my mind I was like, should I buy it? Because in this studio, this table is really old. This table is 10 years old. But you can imagine, in the US, everything is made out of like those composite particle board, right? So they don't stay up to the test of time. This table is like falling apart daily, right? Every little screws and everything just falls off. I can literally pull out a screw if I wanted to right now with my foot on this table. So I keep thinking to buy a new table, even though I have a steel frame table upstairs, but it's still also particle board. So that table is made out of, I think he says 100% metal, and you can put magnet on it, which I kind of think is cool. You know, it's metal, you can't burn it through, and it might be a good idea. But at the same time, I don't want to give away the shelf. This whole shelf over here is holding all my models on top, and it's pushed down so much weight that I had to put a 2x4 under it to kind of support it up.
Right.
So I don't think I want to give this part up. I might have to modify this section. Basically, put another leg on this so it's got another leg to stand on, and this one just fall over and put another table over here. We'll put the metal frame over here somewhere, so that I have a new table, because this table is falling apart. I do want a new table. So I looked through it, but it's like kind of stupid to buy a table that has nothing and everything else is additional. So I don't know. You know, this hobby, this whole Shadow Smokers Legion studio thing, every time I buy something, it's cost, like, every year I think it costs about $4,000 to $5,000 of things I buy to improve the studio. Right? Sound foam, microphone, camera after camera. You can see right now I'm using 2 cameras. I have 2 studio lights. You know, it just, you know, the big screen. You guys remember me had to buy this big gigantic screen? It's just keep adding up. And, you know, I just like, should I keep doing this? Because literally upstairs also my studio. You know, I did the announcement on microphone upstairs before. I just don't smoke upstairs. You know, it's just, I don't know. I'm debating myself whether or not to do, you know, add more, because I need to finish a side that's not in the corner, so I can smoke somewhere that's not in the corner. Because I feel like, you know, when you smoke in the corner, the smoke tend to get trapped in this one corner, and then it gather more dust. The smell tend to not go away as fast. And if you smoke in the center of the room, usually it dissipates better. Which comes to the thing. Now I saw Jeff's picture about, you know, using an air freshener instead of air purifier in his room. Jeff, if you watch this, you know, sometime in the next 10 hours, don't do that. That doesn't work. You're masking the smell. It's like me, you know, leaving a pile of shit in my toilet and not flush, and just continuously go spray for grease in that room.
This is the same guy. He's probably watching. This is the same guy that was crying over a $60 watch.
Did he cry about?
Yeah.
When was this?
It was right after the $60 price tag. So we're not dealing with a normal person. So.
Well.
He's a good guy. I love Jeff. He's a great guy.
Yeah, but anyways, I think that you can buy a you know, as a proper air even his table, because that room is not, because he only used that one corner, right? It'll be better if he just use a table air purifier. He doesn't need a big one. A small one will do, because it will just put right next to him, right? Because he just sits that one chair and does this. Well, you know. He does that, so, you know, I think a small one right next to the table will be good enough. But yeah, like I say, it's like having, you know, go take a dump, leave that pile of crap in the toilet and not flush, and then expect your air and you know, your Febreze has got to clean it out every time.
Yeah.
No, you need to flush that shit out, so that the place will actually get a chance. Right, because you just use air freshener, everything's gonna stick to the wall. The wall is gonna absorb that smell and everything. Once your wall absorbs the smell, you pretty much cannot get it out. I think that's a fair assessment. Yes.
I think you're right.
So yeah, hold on. I hate this. My brother just like, when are you coming down in New York? I thought I told you when I'm going down to New York. Oh my, I can't even believe my brother doesn't even remember when I'm going down. But yeah, in terms of meeting in New York, I am going down last week of May, on that Memorial weekend, I believe. So I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and basically we'll probably do Saturday meeting, right? Saturday or Sunday. And this time I want to go to that new place, I can't Merchants Club or something like that. And we haven't decided exact time. I will probably update everybody about that sometime by the middle of May. So maybe second week of May, I think. Let's see. Boom. I should have decided by the 15th of May. Okay, and it's gonna be for 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So yeah, I'll leave on the 31. So yeah, 28, 29, 30. So I should be there. We should have the event probably at the 29th. 29, okay? And I'll go there and see what's going on and see how New York is. Maybe I will walk by Nat Sherman's building to see what's going on with that. It's funny because I talked to my wife today about Nat Sherman. I was like, well, it sucks to be Nat Sherman. Now, right now, the brand is pretty much split, right? The building is sold to one company, and the brand is sold to another. And she's just asking. She's like, how is other brands that were able to survive, but Nat Sherman wasn't? How is it that other brand was able to survive? Even a smaller brand was survived over 2020 and 2021. How did Nat Sherman run into that issue?
He didn't cry, by the way. He laughed. Just so you know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he laughed. Yeah, that's like, he didn't cry about it. So, you know, that I thought that was a interesting way of thinking, because I don't think about why Nat Sherman didn't make it. Because Nat Sherman's brand, I think in terms of visibility, is there. But how many people look for it, right? When you're thinking about Nat Sherman, you think about the Timeless brand. And then, but then what are the chances of you looking for it, right? I think during 2020, I think it's like a rise of the smaller boutique brand. Like, you know, like a lot of people is like, you know, I gotta be at home a lot. I want to smoke a lot, so I need something cheaper, but I can still taste good, and you know, still worth my money, and I can buy more of. I feel like, you know, I can still hear myself. I feel like.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back then. Shit.
Okay. I feel like that it is that one of those times where the smaller boutique brand survive and the bigger brand has more issue because they have more bills to pay, right? They have more bills to pay. So I think that's why they didn't make it, because they have so much expense. You know, keeping real estate in New York is expensive. I think that building literally ate up their cash. And then, you know, since they can't open, they have to kind of deal with other brands that sell their stuff. Now, Davidoff sells their stuff. Davidoff store sells their stuff. But Davidoff is not opening their store at that time either. Davidoff's got plenty of money to survive. But that just goes like, okay, so maybe that's why Nat Sherman couldn't survive, because their national distribution isn't that crazy. Most people isn't gonna look for it. Unless you're going to that building, because when you once you go to that building, I talked about this before, it feels like out of place. It feels like so grand. It feels like if you didn't spend a lot of money in there, it feels wrong. Okay? So people go in there, it's got to spend a lot of money. But if you didn't go in there, you don't feel the need to spend that much money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't go into casino, you wouldn't feel like you need to spend money. Right? One example is that, let's say if you go to a casino and you see the slot machine, you kind of feel like, I'm here already, I might as well do some, right? So you'll probably spend a few dollars, $20, $50, whatever. Let's say if you go into a casino where the minimum chip, the smallest size of chip, and the smallest amount of slot machine is $25, you will spend at least that $25, just because I'm already here, might as well try one, kind of thing. And I feel like going to their buildings that same way. You go in there, you kind of feel like guilty for not buying anything. So you'll probably, you know, okay, I'll try some of their cigars. And you'll spend some money, right? And that's how they kind of, you know, deal with other tourists and stuff like that goes to New York. They'll spend that money, right? Be a grand place, took a picture and stuff like that, and buy a few things. You know, here it goes a few $100, right? So.
All right. Is that better?
I think so. We'll see. So I feel like. I feel like that's the issue with them. I don't know the exact issue. Obviously, without looking at their book, you don't know what screwed up there. And it's very likely that they actually didn't run into that big of financial issue, but the owner probably just say, "Screw this, I'm done, gotta retire." Is it possible? I think it's possible. I think it's possible if they can just sell the brand to another person that easily. So, and I think the negotiation started a while back. It's not like, it's not like they just thought about to sell it at 2020. I feel like they started talking about it way before that. So it could be not because, hey, Manscaped, it might not be because they're running out of money, but they didn't want to pitch you anymore. It's possible. Now I think that's like what, like a little bit 1/3 of the way through. You start to feel the strength. You start to become more medium. It's got a little bit more chocolatey taste now, chocolate and coffee taste, rather than that salty, cedary umami. So that's what I mean by complex, though. When I like a cigar, you had to have that transition. You have that flavor changing and stuff like that. And this cigar does have that. Even though I have to kind of tolerate that pepper. I have to tolerate that pepper. Some people love pepper. Some people love cigar with pepper flavor. It's just not for me. I think some people like Hashimoto. He likes peppery cigar. He likes strong cigars. Like big guy likes strong cigars. For me, small guy, a little bit overweight. I just like flavorful cigar. I don't particularly like pepper. I don't know.
The Sapphire is what he's doing.
Yeah, 1502 Sapphire. Okay. So yeah, overall, I think aside from the Nicaragua 1502, this one will be my second flavor choice for that whole entire thing. Right? The whole entire collection, I think. I mean, the design is pretty cool. For this, is kind of unified, which is great. Somehow I feel like the rest of them is all like box press. I feel like that. But if someone want to try 1502, I would say try the Nicaragua one first, and then decide whether or not you want to branch out. Because the Nicaragua one, I feel like it's like the
medium.
It's a combination of all things, but master of none. Right? So it's good at everything, but not perfect at everything. So that one is pretty good. But once you get to that, you're like, okay, I like more pepper, I like a little bit more strength, I like a little bit more flavor, then you go to blue. And then from there, if blue is not what you like, too much of something, then you start to drop down, and I would say the next one in my profile I would like will be the emerald, then ruby, then black. Right, you can go down that way.
Hey man, it's good to see Quakes on here. I'll tell you that.
Quakes has been coming back on Discord, so I've seen him on Discord. Quake literally came back in a good time where I asked, did I like somebody asked me for those humidor? I just can't remember which exactly person asked me for the humidor. So he came up and kind of reminded me. Obviously, there's a few other people that reminded me, which is great. So now I actually have a list of who wants what. Also,
wasn't there? Did he get a promotion or something?
He said he got a. Wasn't a promotion? It was like a graduation or some sort, like getting passed on the test or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great, getting better at something is always good. Anything is better than breaking your left arm.
Yeah, I talked to him for a few minutes about an hour ago.
You talked to who? Michael? Like, how did he break his arm by punching a semi-truck? How hard do you have to punch?
You hit it hard enough, it'll break something.
Is Michael left-handed?
Yes.
He is?
Yes.
I was wondering, like, how do you put so much strain on your left arm to punch a semi-truck that actually break it?
Yeah, he's left-handed, so.
So yeah, my wife was like, how do you punch a semi-truck enough that you break your arm? I was like, sometimes you get a lot of stress, especially you own a business and another work that you have for daytime job just come and talk shit to your face. you'll get pretty stressed.
Yeah.
Right? But you realize that you still need to keep your daytime job, or technically nighttime job, and so you kind of have to swallow that pride, and you get so angry, just punch something.
It's tough, man. It is tough. So
I can't wait until the day where Michael can actually say, you know what, F you all, I'm moving on, goodbye. I'm walking right into my cigar lounge. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, right?
yeah.
Just waiting for that day. So that's good. I mean, it sucks that I is it broken or fractured? I wonder.
He was saying something about he pushed the knuckle up and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
He pushed the knuckle out.
I don't know. I don't.
Because he had an entire cast. It's not just the hand. He had an entire cast over his arm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's fracture or it's just maybe kind of twisted, broke it. I don't know. There's a lot of definition when it comes to broken. When somebody says my arm is broken, there's a lot of different thing.
Something about pushing his knuckle back. So
okay. So yeah,
it's bad.
That's a lot of force.
He said he's seeing a doctor about it.
Well, he had a cast on his hand, so I hope
he's seeing another doctor about it.
Ooh, hopefully that doesn't need a surgery.
I think that's who he's gonna go talk to.
A surgery doctor?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because usually if it's broken, unless it's like really really bad, you need a couple screws in there. You wouldn't need a surgery. So
a couple weeks ago, my daughter, she was babysitting and she was playing with the kids out front or something, and she re-broke a finger that she broke it years ago, and so anyway, so she went to go see a surgeon. She went to the emergency room, and the guy that came and checked it out, it's like, hey, I'm a surgeon. Come to my office Monday, and we'll take a look at it. Well, come to find out, he's not in our plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they referred her to another surgeon, and he's like, no, you don't need it. You don't need surgery. It was just ligaments that need to be healed, and he gave her a brace, and she'll be fine. So
usually that's the case.
Hopefully that's the case, but
yeah.
But anyway,
they might need something to kind of stabilize that knuckle if it's pushed in. So it might something that kind of stabilize that knuckle for a couple of weeks. It should be okay. Hopefully he's okay.
That sucks.
It
might actually slow down the shipping on the little guy, so that would suck.
He had to start packing with just one hand.
Yeah.
One hand. And it might find one or two cigar missing. Hey Raymond. So I mean, hopefully he recovered fast. And yes, about that the Barajas, I am excited too. I saw Yazo's picture and he's about to send them out. I'm very excited on that. I hope that all of you who receive it will wait so that all of us receive it. We can have a smoke together then. Okay, that would be awesome. Let's do that. Okay. So once I receive it, I'll let you guys know which day. We'll set a date. We'll smoke it. We'll do that. So if it tastes really, really good, we can all enjoy it for the night. If it tastes really, really bad, we can all vomit together for the night. Right. But I'm excited. It looks pretty good. It looks good. But I am not particular fan of what is that, Jewish Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not particular fan of Jewish Day cigar. So I wonder how different that is gonna be, because I think that was exclusive to that region, right? So it will be. I feel like it's gotta match the. It's gotta compete against Cuban cigars, which is normally smoked over there. So anyone invest in cryptocurrency? We actually have a few episodes on that already, Raymond. We actually talked about that. It's actually a horrible investment.
Which episode is that for Raymond?
I can't remember. You had to go back probably 5 episodes ago on the investment. It's on a Wednesday show. Why don't you care for Drew Estate? Now let's talk about Drew Estate lineup. Okay, Drew Estate lineup. Number one, they have the acid, all the flavor profile, right? All the infused one. I don't care for those. I really don't. I rather have the natural flavor of a cigar. So automatically half their stuff is to the side, right? And then they have those like rat, velvet rat, yoga rat, all that stuff. And that's where like it gets iffy because to me, I almost feel like any of those rat stuff kind of taste the same. Well, very, very similar. I don't know about you guys, but for me, those taste very similar.
All right. So here's my thought on it, and I'm just throwing this out here, and it's probably a rookie kind of thought, but what the hell? I wonder if, because they don't tell you what's in the cigar, do they? They don't tell you how they blend it and what all they do to it, do they? Any of them, right?
Some of them they did tell you the region of the wrapper and the binder and stuff. That's kind of standard.
So I kind of wonder if they're doing a little something with the flavor on some of these cigars.
So,
you know what I mean? I just wonder.
Like I said, they taste kind of similar. Kind of similar, right? So let's just go down. Like I'm looking at Drew Estate brands. Now the factory smokes are good, but then again, they're like bundle smoke. So I think a lot of brand has bundle smoke that has similar quality. Ish. It's not a bad cigar, but you're looking at, let's see, bundle 25 for 34. So that's why people like it. It doesn't taste bad and it's pretty good. I'm okay with that, but I feel like there's more choices in terms of bundles. So let's put that aside. Let's put that as not, it's not plus or it's not minus. Okay, and like I said, all the Drew Estate flavor acid brand stuff I don't like. So that's like a big chunk of that brand already, right? And then we'll continue to go down. You got the.
So I'm sorry, I got distracted. Do you think they're doing something with the flavors on like the Liga, Bravada, and the other stuff? Do you think they're doing a little something with that?
What do you mean? What do you mean by they're doing a little something?
Is it a pure? Is it a pure tobacco blending flavor?
I believe so. Because
I think they might be playing a little bit with parts of it. You know what I mean?
No, like it really depends on what do you mean by what they did something like for their Kentucky Fire Cure. That's like they say it's not infused. It's just the way it is, right? So
yeah, I can go for that.
Right, and I don't like Kentucky Fire Cure. I feel like I'm standing right next to a barbecue grill, which a lot of people likes. That's fine, but I feel like if I'm just do that, I might as well have a barbecue and just stand right next to it. That's like smoking that.
But like the Nika Rustica, right?
Okay.
I don't know. Just every time I smoke a Drew Estate, it seems like it's just a smoke bomb. I was like, just constant, just smoke's rolling off that thing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
More so than other cigars.
So, yeah, it has to do with the, I don't think they infused it. I think it's just the way it was made. Okay. And then now they have the deadwood, they have the tobacco. Tobacco is really good. I mean, in terms of coffee flavor, I think that's probably one of the best coffee flavor one out there. But again, like I'm not particular towards flavor cigars, right? And the Liga Privada, okay, that is good, but super pricey for what you get. Super pricey. I feel like it's for what you get, and I just didn't feel that that okay. Let's say that's +1. It's still not enough for me to say I love Drew Estate. I just don't particularly care for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Raymond. I like the smokiness of the Nika Rustica. I like that. I like it a lot, and that's one of my favorite cigars as well. But I don't know, just something about it, and they don't have to tell you. They don't have to say that we're doing something a little, we're modifying this a little bit so it's got a certain flavor, that kind of thing. They don't have to tell you. They can just do it, and it is what it is. So
no, but if they infused it, then they're limiting themselves into in certain things about infused cigars, because a lot of cigar states are banning infused flavor cigars.
right. And so what I mean is that if they're heavily invested in infusing cigars, what's to say they're not doing something to the other cigars as well to kind of help make those flavors work right?
I don't think they'll add it, but it probably is the fermentation process that they're tweaking. So I wouldn't be able to, because they don't tell you about those, right? And then the last thing that's most popular for regular thing is the undercrown, right? The undercrown. Now, I think undercrown is okay to me, but not always on point. For example, the undercrown Supreme one, I didn't particularly care for it. The undercrown Slim Double X, I hated that cigar. So for me, you see, like when you put all the cigars I don't like versus the one I like in that brand, I didn't like that many. So that's why I don't care for it all that much. It's not like they're a bad brand. It just doesn't suit my flavor. I know there are some serious Drew Estate fans out there that likes their stuff, but I guess being a newer smoker and being exposed to the Drew Estate marketing, I'm brought to the hype. I also love Undercrown Maduro. Okay, yeah, the Undercrown is more of like a public normal cigar to me, right? That's the brand that's easier to find, that's more accessible and more catered to public, compared to people that likes other flavor cigars, right? For me, there is only so many cigars I like, and like the Fridas, the Papa Fridas, the stuff I didn't like those that much either. So it's not that I have anything against that brand. It's just that in that whole catalog of cigar, I probably only like one or two, right? So that's why it's like I'm not particular to Drew Estate, because majority of the cigar is not to my favorite. Now, the reason I like Davidoff is because every cigar I smoke from Davidoff, minus few exceptions, I love. All right, and when you say the few exception is, the exception will be like the Churchill, the actual Churchill size Churchill. It tastes good, but it kills me every time. Right? The Escuro, it kills me every time. All right, and something like their Griffin brand is horrible. Like, if you ever bought Griffin from Davidoff, just toss that in the trash. Just go straight to the trash. That thing's junk. Okay? And the rest I like. The rest of the stuff from Davidoff I actually like. Their standard stuff, their limited stuff. Even if I'm not a big fan of certain blend that they came out with, it wasn't like that I couldn't enjoy it. So, for me, it's not bad. But for Drew Estate, majority of them I don't like. Or majority of them I don't care for. Hey Martin.
What's up?
Did you just got put in the timeout room?
No.
Had a different background today.
Yeah. It's
There we
raining
go.
outside.
Have you had the Drew Estate Herrera de Socio? Have you had that one? That's a good one.
Now,
It's the Herrera Esteli de Socio. That's a go. I like that one.
Never heard of it.
I'm pretty sure that it's one of those cigars, if we see it, we recognize it, but the name, we just didn't recognize it. So,
Is it like a specific size?
Oh, shoot. It looks like it's a 6x60.
Okay.
They may make us, I don't know, they may not make a smaller one.
for which one? We're talking about?
I'll show you. Can I show you?
Yeah, sure.
By the way, I'm not smoking tonight because it's about to storm.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot.
Oh, that I've seen. Yeah. But I don't think I smoked it because it was gigantic. That cigar is gigantic.
Yeah, it's a little big, but it works out,
That's what she said.
Am I sounding better?
Wait. Martin, you just said you're not going to smoke, but you just took a cigar, so this is what I'm going to have.
Well, this is what I was going to have. but we're like in the line of like a huge ass storm that's coming through.
Here's the thing. I think Martina Maya is getting old.
I think so.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah.
Once
You know,
upon a time,
was
Martina Maya was smoking any storm, even if it breaks his
with
umbrella.
the umbrella.
I mean, I guess I could smoke because I got the rabbit air right there.
Yeah, you could. What's the point? What the hell? Smoke. Light it up. I don't care. You're indoor.
Hey, Martin, your echo. You got an echo in your setup there, man.
That one, the echo was coming from you.
No, it's you.
No, I like in my car when I was listening to you guys, it was like really fucking loud.
Does it sound better?
No.
Hailstorm
might
running
let it
through,
roll,
so
sit in
no
the
smoke.
lows.
That sucks. The storm. You know, I hate the storm, but for this season, it's necessary because you need it for all those grass and the water, dams and stuff like that. You kind of need that water.
It also change, to change the seasons, right? I mean, that's just.
I've got that too.
Pipe? Oh yeah, that's right. You bought that new pipe, right? You bought that new pipe.
No, this is one that Chapin gave me.
Didn't you buy a new one? I saw a picture of it.
No, this is the one.
That's the one? Okay.
This is the one Chapin gave me last year.
I mean, how much have you smoked with it yet?
I've smoked. What do they call it? A bowl? 2 bowls? Not much. I mean, I still got a shit ton of pipe tobacco.
You should smoke it. Smoke it. I mean, we'll spend the rest of the hour looking at you try to light that up over and over again.
Smoke it. Yeah, takes a little while.
It does take a little while. I can never figure it out.
So yeah, back to the subject. Back to the subject.
I'm sorry, man. Cutting you off. Go ahead.
Back to the subject. So yeah. In terms of Jewish Day, I know they have a big operation, right? They have the bong smoker. They have all kind of stuff that continuously keep you interested and educate you in terms of cigar. They have a huge catalog, right? They big market out there, right? But at the same time, just like it's not my favorite. It's just not. I mean, I probably like more Olivas than the total amount of cigars I like from the Jewish State brand. I don't know. Martin, are you like a Jewish State fan?
I like some Drew steaks. Like the ones that I like are like specific sizes. It's weird. Like the Undercrown came out with a Pequito, which was like a small 4x40. It's really good in both the Connecticut and the Maduro. I like the Year of the Rat, but I mean there are some that I like.
The thing, their Year of the Rat, it's not the first year they have that, right?
Yes and no. The cigar came out for 2016. It came out earlier than last year. And
I can't remember who told me though. I was told that those two doesn't taste the same. They're not the same cigar. So.
Like it came out because a shop had originally wanted a limited cigar, and something happened where they just stopped producing it for them, and they released it as a Year of the Rat cigar.
Which makes sense if they told me that it was a different cigar. But yeah, I bought it because they have the gold wrapper on it and everything, and Year of the Rats and stuff like that. But I can tell you, I only smoked probably 2 or 3 out of that box, and that was it. And the rest I give it away. It wasn't like, wow, I need to keep this for myself. Everybody who try to take this box from me must die. Like that didn't get there. It didn't get there, right? So it's tough. It's tough when people's like, Tony, you smoked out a cigar, and Jewish Day is like one of the top brands out there, and you don't like the cigar, you must be crazy, you know? And it's like, I can't. I mean, if you just, those people who just doesn't like broccoli, they just know why they don't like broccoli. They just don't like broccoli, you know? So, for me, it was kind of like that, right? It was, I don't know why it doesn't cater or suit my taste bud. It just doesn't. Right? I'm picky. I mean, you can say I'm a brand whore, but at the same time, I don't just hoard expensive brands. Like, for example, Don Barton's brand. You rarely see me talking about it. They're expensive, they're premium, but you rarely see me talking about it because it's not a brand that I feel like is particular to me. It's not, even though it costs a lot, right? There are one point of time I really like Liga number 9. And actually, to correct that, I really like Liga T52.
Mm-hmm.
But that quickly went away when I was smoking Alec Bradley's Magic Toes. Right?
Been like,
Inconsistent construction. It's like probably one of the worst construction out there in terms of like tie draws and stuff like that. But the flavor was very close to me for me between that and T52. And I smoked so much of those, I think the anger of the construction got me not to smoke T52 anymore.
really?
Right? Like, even though it's not T52, T52 has really good oily wrapper and it's got good construction. But I think Alec Bradley's Magic Toes ruined T52 for me. So I haven't been buying T52 for that particular reason. And then just, and as time goes, the Drew Estate stuff just kind of went away from my purchase list. I guess that's what I call it. So, Yarga is undercover Toro. That's a big cigar. So yeah, for me, it was like that, right? There's some cigar that will ruin a cigar further from another brand. It's kind of weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird because I'm not even talking about the same cigar, but another cigar can ruin a certain cigar for me, for a particular brand. For example, I used to smoke Toro cigar, no issue. But the Andalusia Bowl ruined the size Toro for me. Andalusian Bowl cigar made me more aware of sizes. And any Toro sizes make me feel like I gotta get sick the same way I smoke Andalusian Bowl. So I start, kind of veer off smoking Toro cigars. Because I used to like Toro cigars. I feel like Toro cigar actually look like a cigar. It's badass. It's huge, right? But once you smoke Andalusian Bowl, you start to be more aware of the size. Like, the size could be deceiving. You'll think of it twice. And for me, that actually does that. After smoke Andalusian Bowl, or any of the LFDs, it kind of gave me more aware of the size of a cigar.
I should probably turn the camera off so that I don't get in trouble because this is on YouTube.
Wait. Why were you getting in trouble for smoking pipe?
Smoking in the house.
You have... What is the point to put a rabbit air there if you're not going to smoke in the house?
Because the kids have allergies. That's what we use it for. There's something called the Clearden. You're like, hey kids, time for some snack, and you fill one Clearden in every bowl. They're not gonna have issue for the night.
That's all good, dude.
Believe it or not, I used to have really bad allergy during certain seasons. My nose will clog up like no tomorrow. I cannot even talk. My nose will be completely clogged up. I have those things that the nasal spray. I will use it every hour, sometimes twice an hour. I couldn't breathe. But that goes away when I'm smoking cigars. Every time. And I think it's the pepper, but it clears out my nose every time I smoke a cigar. And now that I'm smoking cigar more often, I actually don't have that issue anymore. Martin, it's too late. You don't have to turn your screen off, right? If Stacy watched any of the first 5 minutes, we knew that you're in the house.
Well, we're already an hour in, so.
Hey, Martin, what are you doing right now?
I'm eating.
Sure. What is the point to smoke a pipe if we don't get to see you smoke a pipe? Come on.
Exactly.
So yeah, in terms of cigar brands, even though I like a lot of Davidoff, I don't think I particularly go to a more expensive. I'm pretty sure there are more expensive brands than Davidoff, is it? And I'm thinking about it. Which cigars are average price at 30 plus? People in the chat room, give me a brand that's average cigars at $30+ per cigar.
Well, you might be getting into the rare ones, right? The rare cigars.
No, because a Davidoff brand average cigar price are over 20.
I get it, but when you start talking about buying cigars on an auction and stuff like that, that's where you're probably getting into. It's not Davidoff, but it's expensive.
When you're doing auction cigars, they are always over the price of Davidoff.
I agree. That's what you asked. That's what I was telling you.
But I'm talking about like standard brand where you can just go out there and buy, and it's like $20. Or actually, another one would be the Newman, JC Newman. Those cigars are expensive, and I'm not that particular in that cigar either. Gurkha not over $20 cigar. Come on, Gurkha not even close. Opus X, that's another one that I'm not particular with.
Gurkha charges you more just so you can say you had more.
Gurkha charge you more because the box costs more. That's the reason. So they split the cost to the cigars, but actually it's the humidor, the box that they came with, that actually costs a lot of money. So they raise the price because you buy singles. But if you buy an entire box of 50 Gurkhas, yeah, then it makes sense. Yeah, but Opus X. Padron, Opus X, two cigars I don't particularly smoke. They're that expensive, but I'm not, And you guys know, like when I talk about Padron, it's not because the cigars are bad. The cigars are good, all right? The cigar does taste good, and they're expensive. But what kills me is the consistency of their coloring. Like a lot of time you can't tell between a Habano and the Connecticut, or the Habano with the Maduros. Like the color is just all over the place. Like you can open a box, you find like 10 different colors in there. That's why I don't smoke Padron as much. But in terms of Opus X, I smoke those. They are so woodsy that all I can taste is wood. It's just not my style. I mean, I know people love it. If you want a really, really high quality woodsy cigar, then Opus X is it, right? I mean, I would smoke Arturo Fuente, but I wouldn't smoke Opus X. I mean, I have them in my humidor. I just don't smoke. So it's one of those things that even though I am smoking Davidoff, it doesn't mean that I'm like a hugger of expensive brand. I don't smoke.
It's but I'll tell you this, Tony. It's hard to outprice $500 for a cigar, though, man. I'll tell you that. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
My wife can actually tell the smell of Oro Blanco. Like my wife can walk by my room and she will know that I'm smoking Oro Blanco.
Because you know what it smells like?
It smells like money burning.
It smells like money burning.
She will be walking by and say, "Are you smoking that $500 cigar?"
You'd be like, "Yep."
Because she can tell, like whenever I smoke that, she actually liked that smell. She doesn't like the settling smell. She's okay with the why I'm smoking that cigar.
That's an expensive incense.
Mm-hmm. It's my sense for the room. But yeah, she can tell that. So it's actually a good cigar. I mean, no question about that. And I gotta say, it's not $500 worth.
It definitely has a good draw and good smoke output. That's for sure.
It does. And I love how much smoke it comes out. Like, if you guys watch my Sunday show, that thing just smoke after smoke. It clouds the whole entire screen every single puff. So yeah, I like that. I like that cigar. I do smoke that once in a while. I try to limit to 3 a year. 3 a year. So I don't smoke that often. Usually it will be because if I got a really good business deal that that justify that price of a cigar. celebrating something,
Celebration smoke.
celebrating something, or if somebody pissed me off.
But even if you take the bands off, it still does well. So.
Oh yeah, I took the band off. You know, I don't want.
Right.
You know, something Soy Sauce Assassin do. Okay, one and only. Right. So yeah, like, and that is a whole box of cigar, isn't it? That one cigar is a whole box of cigar.
2 boxes. Easy.
Or like 10 bundles of certain cigars.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't smoke that all that often. It is a good cigar. You feel that happiness while you're smoking that cigar, but you also feel the sadness 10 minutes after you smoke that cigar.
You're burning it.
Right? You'll feel the sadness when you're looking at an empty box. You're like, man, I just smoked that. Yeah, it's one of those cigars. Some people smoke a lot of those. All right, I do have a client that will buy box of 10 at a time, all the time.
Wow.
And it's really weird because I knew that cigar was limited, but they constantly pump it out, no issue. Like, there's not one time where I go to stores like, you guys run out of Blanco? They're like, no, we got cases of them. So they never have issue keeping up with that. I don't know. Do you know that cigar is $1,000 in Korea?
Damn.
I don't know if it's because tax or whatever, but if you buy that cigar in Korea, it's $1,000. It's crazy, isn't it? So yeah, it's not a cigar for I wouldn't want to say normal people. For anybody who is money conscious or even responsible for their finance, don't do that. Not a cigar I would recommend. So.
Yeah, you don't want to take rent money and buy an Oro, that's for sure.
However, if you want to take, your stimulus money to buy one of those, it might be worth it. And they give like $2,000, you can buy 4 of those. So, before tax though, after tax.
Yep.
The most expensive cigar I've smoked is the little Cohiba that Tony sent me. So, it's most likely one from this box. Here we go. Yeah, I have a lot of those, I think. Here. I have one more box right here.
Damn.
Yeah, right here. That's the cigar that I don't particularly smoke a lot for, because when I travel, I buy those. It's because my friend smokes them. They like it when I do have a lot of trusty friends who trust me when I go buy Cubans. That when I go buy it, I select them and make sure it's good. Every box that I buy, I will have to select every single one of them. Out of the box of 25, I had to select every single one of them, and when I come back, I sell them for whatever that price that I pay for, so that they get the cigar and not have to worry about it. So, the most expensive cigar I've smoked is the Unicorn from DTT. Don't think it was worth the price. Yeah, it's $100. That cigar is $100, and not even Saka himself thinks it's worth it.
Right.
Right? Yeah, I remember he saying that. It's like, do you think cigars worth it? He's like, no, I don't even know why people buy it. So, it could be a joke, it could be whatever, but still, it is one expensive cigar. And I think that the name literally tell you what that cigar should be. That cigar should be one of those unicorn you smoke one time, and then you realize that the unicorn is just a horny horse, and then you no longer smoke it again. The cigar keep going on me. I don't know why. So, I still have one in my humidor. That's one cigar I feel like you just gotta keep in the humidor and not smoke it. I really do feel like that's one of those cigars. You just keep it in the humidor and not smoke it. Right? I almost feel like Oro Blanco is the same way. But if I had to compare, Oro Blanco does smoke better than the Unicorn. The Unicorn, because the way it's tapered, it actually smokes weird. So, Sin Compromiso is actually a good cigar, but for the price, I actually feel like it's more expensive than what's worth, and it's a little bit strong. It's a little bit strong. It's a strong cigar, right? It's a little bit strong cigar. Do I like it? I think I like it. I think I like it, but I just don't want to pay that money for it. Unicorn is hard to get too. That's the thing though. Even though it's expensive, a lot of stores don't carry it. So, a lot of stores don't carry it. Right? I remember that's the case. A lot of stores don't carry it. I don't particularly go look for them. So, majority of the Unicorn that I get and smoked are from trades. Because it's a lot easier for me to trade a Unicorn, like 3 Davidoff, I got a Unicorn right there. So, but that's where the difference is, right? Spending $100 on it, I feel weird. I feel like I'm paying a lot for that cigar. But if I was to trade 3 Davidoff out of my box of 20, it wouldn't feel that. I don't know. It's just like a mental thing. Alright, it's just a mental thing, I think.
It's like you're smoking these. I'm doing a.
Okay.
It really smells like pipe tobacco, man. It smells like pipe tobacco.
I know it's the fermentation. I know it's how the pipe tobacco is put together. But why is it that pipe tobacco, you just don't have to deal with it? You can put it on wherever, it will last forever versus a cigar.
Yeah,
You can keep your pipe tobacco wet as hell, and you will still be fine.
Yeah,
right?
weird.
And they actually did how we talk about plume, right? They actually find crystallized liquid in pipe tobacco. They just don't find it on cigars. So that's why people say plume is no such thing as plume, because they can never find anything crystallizing on cigars, but they can find it in pipe tobacco, which is weird. It would be nice if somebody figured out exactly why that pipe tobacco literally is trouble free. Put it in the bag, put it anywhere, put it on a can, just put it somewhere, and that pipe tobacco will be fine. I have not seen any of my pipe tobacco anywhere mold or go bad. It doesn't matter when.
Latakia in your pipe tobacco?
Say what?
You put Latakia in? You smoke Latakia?
I just smoked the one that I was introduced to. I don't think I heard that one that you mentioned.
The Latakia is like it's just they smoke it. Not smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the Kentucky Fire Cure thing.
Okay,
It's not that. It's a special way they deal with the pipe tobacco. I think India messes with it, does it. Let me look it up, man. I'll find out.
Kat says the Unicorn is a damn good smoke. Kat, how many Unicorn have you smoked?
Just the one.
It could be a mental thing too. Like there are times where I smoke an exciting cigar for the very first time. So long as it's not bad, I feel like it's better than it is. But when I smoke the second time, I don't feel nearly as excited than the first time. I'll realize that the cigar is only okay. I don't know if that's just me. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have that before, where you smoke a really hype cigar for the very first time. You're like, oh my god, that's pretty good. But when you smoke it the second time, you don't feel nearly as good about that cigar.
The Latakia is like the Turkish. It's a Turkish tobacco. They cure it over fires, aromatic woods, and fragrant herbs. So it gets like a smoky, peppery taste.
I have not tried that.
So you use it. So what? One guy, he'd always come in the shop, and you would get you get a certain blend of tobacco, and then you add Latakia to it. So, like we mix it for him.
So the two that I've been exposed to is these two from Nunnery. So
right.
that's the two I have: Lane, and Blood Red Moon. And other than that, it's Davidoff. Davidoff, you're the rat, and you're the year of the ox, which I haven't tried yet. But I did keep myself a little bit of this. I have not touched it, so.
Oh, that's that stuff. That's probably that stuff that you're supposed to send to James.
No, the one for James are different. This one I just put it together recently. I have a little small bag of it that I have enough for one more smoke.
Hey, what's up, Tim?
Cigars Tim! It's been crazy busy past month. That's good. I mean, busy is good. Busy is good.
There it is, Tim. That's the remains.
Since Tim is not on the screen, shout out. You know, Tim does have good coffee, and I still drink his coffee. You know, from Turbo Jet. So for those people who doesn't know, I know everybody knows here. I know everybody knows. But yeah, it's still very enjoyable. I still drink it. It's really good. If you haven't tried it, you should, because a lot of people just got their prizes, and they're gonna enjoy their coffee. Talking about coffee, because I have so much here roasted, I am sending a bunch of single size about this big of 20 gram of ground up coffee, the Alishan coffee, to Michael. So what he's gonna do is either put it with some sampler, or if you want to, you can buy them single. I'm trying to figure out a reasonable price for you guys to buy one of these single ground up ones. I haven't come up with it, but if you guys can come up with a reasonable price, let me know, and then we'll just tell you what it is. But if you do like it, I will say just buy the entire thing roasted from Tim, because you have all those beans there. I just have all the one that's roasted here. All right. So, are we still waiting on a cutter? Yes. So, the cutter last time I heard, which is last week, is that it was being shipped to the printer. Now it's supposed to be earlier than that, and somehow that shipment was lost. So I don't know what happened. That shipment didn't get there. So they were shipping it again to printer, and that was a week ago. So I was supposed that in 2 weeks it should get here. Once I get it, you guys will know, because I'm gonna show it to you guys how that chrome one looks like, what the stainless steel one looks like. Because I want that one. My brother's still waiting for that one. I'm waiting for that one. So, and other stuff that I ordered to go with it. But yeah, that's one that I'm looking excited for. But it's taking a long time. I agree that it's taking a long time. However, it's out of our control because we're the receiver. We're not the manufacturer. If I own the factory, tomorrow I will have to go to the factory and yell at them. Right? Factory is not here. I can't do anything about it. So, an update on the clan questing, the new logo stuff. I'm still working on it. I can't find one that I am satisfied with right now. I see a few, and I am not satisfied with it. So that's why you guys haven't seen it yet, because I show you guys the one with the TAO, and even that one I am not satisfied with it. So I continue to tell the, you know how I usually do. I will annoy that particular designer until he quits. But I wanted to at least get something that I can be satisfied with. He's very close to quit. He's very close to quit, right? Because I was gonna pay him like a deposit for 3 logos, and he literally get back to me and says, "Why don't you just pay me for 1 right now, and we'll finish working that one, and we'll see what happens." And when I hear that, I know he was like, "Oh, after this one, we're done."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was TL Team Asian Orange. Team Asian Orange from Hashimoto. So, yeah, I know he's very close to quitting because I'm that annoying. But, we'll see. We'll see. Why is it? Oh, that's why. We'll see. I hope that it will get there sometime. When he finally came out with that design that I like. It's very hard to come out with that quest that I like because I want to have the entire thing with just graphic but no words in there. but somehow portrayed the word TAO, but I don't want an actual orange on there. So, you know, this guy, the designer is like, oh, man, I don't want to work with Tony. Just impossible. You know, every designer I work with, I piss them off, and they, you know, everybody who I work with literally get pissed off and say, I don't want to work with Tony anymore. So, he happens to be an OG on TAO. Matscape, I thought of the same thing when he first used the hashtag TAO. I thought he was being zen and everything. Until one day I was like, Hashimoto, what is that supposed to mean? Are you going to like really zen him or anything? He said, no, it's Teen Agent Orange. I was like, oh shit. Completely opposite of what I was thinking. Because, you know, when you think TAO.
It's both. It's both.
No.
Yeah. Hey, I'm an OG. I know. It's both.
So yeah, and that's what it means. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but
You don't want to argue that, do you?
No, I don't want to argue. I can tell you, if I'm going to talk about somebody serious, and when they ask me what TAO means, I probably explain to them that that's a Zen thing. But if it's another cigar brother, I'll probably be like, yeah, it's Teen Agent Orange.
But if it's, you know, but that's how it works. That's why it works. It's on two levels.
We're not that Zen, you know. I'm not.
For the muggles, it's like TAO. The ones you know, it's Teen Agent Orange. So it works great.
Taoism really interests me, so I was like, whoa. Now, Taoism is a lifestyle. It's how people choose to live their life. So yeah, if you want to think of TAO as Taoism, sure. You know, it's wherever that feels right to you, right? I'm not gonna argue if you know if you decide to think TAO is for Tao, okay with that, right? Taoism, it's a very deep subject. I mean, I don't think we can finish talking about it in one episode. So yeah, we're not gonna go into it. All right, it's a lifestyle. It's lifestyle. Yes, Albert.
I call bullshit on Martine right now.
Why? What's going on?
I don't think it has to do with the smoke and getting caught and all that. I think he doesn't want to show how many times he has to relight that pipe.
But we know how that is, right? If you're smoking pipe, you probably got to relight it 50,000 times.
Well, if your third bowl, yeah, for sure. If it's your third bowl, it's going to be 1,000, at least 1,000. So,
yeah, it's not expertise. I really want to see someone be on the show and smoke a pipe and not having to relight it 4 or 5 times. Right?
So what would we name that person? Because it's not the Ash Queen, right? Like the Ash Queen. What would we name that person?
I don't know. Pipe Master.
Pipe Master. Yeah.
And here, take that as a challenge. Anybody from the chat room, if you think you can smoke 2 hours on the pipe tobacco without having to relight it four times, or more, tell me. Show up on the screen, and we'll see if you can do that. All right, we'll do that as a challenge. Okay. Anybody who can do that, come to the screen and smoke for the 2 hour. Pipe Prince. Pipe Prince.
See, I mean, the bowls last about 30 minutes though, so I don't think you could do that.
I will allow refills. All right, refill don't count as a relight. Okay, I'm talking about that entire bowl without having to relight that bowl.
That's your 4 times, and that's your 4 times.
All right, so if you can smoke.
Yeah, you smoke a bowl down with 1 light, refill, smoke it down with, that works.
All right, I would love to see that because I suck at pipe smoking. I just cannot get it. I need a lot of education on that. Like, I'm a freaking rookie. I smoke like an idiot when it comes to pipe. So yeah, if you can do that, let me know. Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
Now,
in comparison, okay, when you use the corn pipe versus the corn cup versus the wood one that you're using, is it easier?
I don't have a corn pipe.
Have you done one with the corn pipe before?
No, the only one I have is this one.
I really want to know if that's a big difference. I want to know which one's easier.
Because, I mean, everyone says you get like a cheap one for your starter one.
Mm-hmm.
like even the corn pipes have a bigger bowl than this one does. So I'm thinking if I get a bigger bowl, then maybe I can enjoy it more. Because I mean, with this one, I feel like I get like that soot. Well, I don't know what they call it. Like this.
That's why somebody use a filter.
Well, I don't think this one has a filter because I don't know.
They sell those filters. You're supposed to use filters.
I didn't know that. I mean, this was given to me, so.
Yeah, they sell filters. I don't have one.
Google it. YouTube it, man.
Hold on. Let me see if my.
All right, so I just got one thing to say about this pipe prints thing.
What?
If we do this challenge and Sherry wins it, then I'm gonna be so pissed off, man.
No, if Sherry wins it, she had to own it.
I'm gonna be pissed. In props to her if she wins it, but I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, my pipe just went out.
I think it's this box. Yeah. No, I don't have it in there. Shoot. No, I don't have that filter.
Have a good night, man.
I just opened this again. Like, this is where I put some of my pipe tobacco stuff in there. When I open it, it smells so good. It smells like grape. Grape, cherry, and raisin, and plum. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know. That's one thing I like about pipe tobacco. Even if I can't smoke it, I would like to open the case and just smell it. Because it smells so good. It smells so good.
Yeah, I was hoping like I could smoke inside with a pipe. You know, that would be okay, right? Because it's like
yeah, it smells really, really good.
Right. You'd think that'd be okay.
That's why my team is smoking that right now, because nobody can tell.
No, they'll know.
It smells great. It makes my entire area in the basement smell good. So I actually like it.
When I was a kid, man, I used to go to a friend's house, and go there pretty often because we just go there and play and all that. This is elementary school, age. And his grandfather, he lived with his grandparents, and his grandfather had one of those ashtrays that's up on a stand, like at his chair. A stand with an ashtray on it, which you don't see those anymore. And that'd be a cool thing to have, by the way. I gotta find one of those. But anyway, he also had like a pipe, like 5 or 6 pipes in like a little carousel, and he was always smoking pipes. So it's pretty cool.
This is one of the things I wonder. Somebody like Chapin, he's in metal work, right? He does metal working and stuff like that. Couldn't he just make one? Like those people who is really good at metals, they should be able to turn a bowl, right? And then make a stand for it.
Oh, you mean like for an ashtray?
Yeah, like one of those standing ashtray and those things.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd want that though, man. I think you just want to get rid of all that. That'd be a lot of waste, right?
No, because you're turning the bowl, so you're pressing it, right? You're turning the bowl to push it in there. So it's a sheet of metal. You just push it into a bowl.
Yeah, sheet metal, right? Yeah.
So you're not wasting anything. You're just pushing it into a bowl.
I just think pipe tobacco just tastes different. Like it doesn't taste like a cigar. Like I'm smoking a cigar.
Which is really weird because they're all tobacco.
It gets really hot to me though, man. I hate when it gets super hot, and so if I'm smoking a lot, trying to keep it lit, then it gets super hot. I also know vapor. That happens like vapor where you get too much moisture in there. That creates kind of a hotness.
But isn't it funny that Popeye can keep it on his mouth the whole time?
Yeah, because it's a prop. Well, one, it's a cartoon, and if it's in real life, it's like Robin Williams, it's a prop. So yeah.
I was actually watching an interview about the movie Kung Fu Hustle. I don't know if you guys watched that before. It's a Stephen Chow movie.
Yes, movie, yeah.
Have you seen it? You know, inside the landlord lady,
Uh-huh.
she always have a cigarette on her mouth, always have a cigarette. And she was talking about how she filmed the part where she was in the beginning. She was at her rental area. She was yelling at everyone. Like she literally bitched at everyone there. She filmed for 13 hours with that cigarette on her mouth.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. That's crazy.
Her eyes were completely smoked out. She can barely see. It hurts. And literally after 13 hours, it's still no good. She had to film again the next day.
Wow.
She just couldn't yell at people. She's not that kind of person. So she had to bitch at everybody. And then for 13 hours, she just continued to bitch at them. It's just not good enough. And
All
I guess
is that I envisioned my aunt having a cigarette in her mouth while she's telling an Alabama state trooper to kiss her ass. Aunt Lilia?
Good morning, James.
Morning, James.
Good morning.
So yeah, in the documentary or the interview on that thing, it's really pretty funny because those people who watch like a Chinese movie and stuff like that, who knows Stephen Chow? Stephen Chow has either autism or antisocial or something like that. People hated him. People hated him as a director. He's mean. So when they're filming that movie, and then she's trying her best to yell at people, people are fed up on that movie. And then in one of the part, she saw Stephen Chow in the movie. She was yelling at him and I think it was a slipper and whack Stephen Chow a few times, and where he had to run away. It's because she actually hit him. She hit him so hard that he started running. Because the original script is that he will stand there and let her hit him a few times, but she hit him so hard that he started running. Right, and that was just totally candid. People were so happy about she beat him so hard that they were like, "Yes, good job, beat him harder."
I thought you were talking about the documentary about Popeye, the Popeye documentary. You seen that one?
I have not. The Robert Williams, is it about Robert Williams or was it about Popeye?
Yeah. So they built that whole setup on. They built that set on a little island, and it's still there. You can go there and take a tour of it and all that kind of stuff. They were saying Robert Williams got hit in the head with a spinach can and had to go to the hospital.
Ouch.
Yeah, but he finished the scene first, and then he went to the hospital.
Well, I see a lot of like documentary interviews about movie and stuff like that. For example, I remember seeing one where they're talking about Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise literally broke his leg jumping over the building, and he finished that part, and he had to go to the hospital after that because he missed the jump and he broke his leg. He broke his foot.
Wow.
Yeah, and he continued climb up, walk by the camera, and they called cut, and then he had to go to the hospital after that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I like to watch. I like to watch interviews and hear the backstory.
It's interesting to see what goes into that production and the behind the scenes stuff. It's really cool.
It's really tough. I mean, I've been to a few TV shows as a guest. You wait there forever. My wife filmed at one of the movies, and she was on the movie set for 14 hours. It's tough. Yeah. Like filming the movie is really, really tough. Like I don't even know how people can do it. It's not bearable. Like I went to 2 TV interview back in early 90s, and it's just tough. Like even for 20 minutes, I feel like I want to leave. Because for those people who don't know, when you see whatever on TV, it looks great, right? But it's actually just an angle. That's all you see. All the other side is all cameras. All the other side is camera. Just nothing there. Filming is a tough job. Filming is bad. So all this work that's being put in there for movie. That's it sucks that I'm advocating for movies, but I'm one of the Asian that watch movies on computer. Watch Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. So I do feel bad, but at the same time, that's movie is tough. Movie is hard to do.
I was watching one documentary where this the actress was like 2 or 3 hours late to the set, and she was consistently late. And they were all, there was like everybody's pissed off at her and cussing her and all this and that. But the charisma this lady had, once she showed up to the set, everybody loved her, and it was all happy and everything else. Everything was fine, and they went off and did their, everything was perfect. But it's kind of like a lot of pressure goes into that, and trying to get everything set. When people don't show up on time, it's kind of like, shit.
But that's different though. That's like people to people. That's socialism, right? Not socialism, socialization, right? Because a lot of time, like, you want to be in this industry, you can't piss people off. Because if you piss people off, they will blacklist you. And if they blacklist you, you can never film again.
Well, she didn't get blacklisted, that's for sure.
Yeah. So people are not giving her a hard time, and she's not giving anybody a hard time at that face-to-face situation. So they never had an issue. But there's a lot of people, like I told you guys, I've been watching a lot of interview and documentary about actors of the 90s and where they are right now, how they are right now. And a lot of them just no longer film. And a lot of them end up in a really bad situation. Either they piss somebody off, they say the wrong thing, did the wrong movie, or just, got betrayed. It's just really sad to see, where the actors ended up as. Not everybody ended up in a good spot, right? And they just get old and they're no longer suitable for any movies, and they just don't do any more movies. That's it. And then that's really sad because that's their livelihood. Can you imagine if you only did film that barely get paid, right? We're talking about filming an entire movie get you paid $600, and you have one movie probably once in 3 months or something like that. That's not enough money to do anything. So a lot of actors and actresses actually end up in debt just to do what they like to do. It's not easy. It's not easy. Even when you sign with a company, it doesn't mean you always have movies to do. It means like it could be means you have nothing, right? James just turned his screen off. I was gonna say James was looking at me when I say socialism. He just laughed. He's like, you said the wrong thing.
He's getting ready to smoke a pipe, so he had to turn his off.
And then you came back with blacklisted, and you got so racist today,
James, you smoked that cigar that you sent out, right? The Jewish Day one.
Yeah, I smoked it. Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a really good cigar.
What out of 10? What you give it to?
Out of a 10, I don't give hardly any cigars a 10. Probably about an 8.
An 8? Okay, name another cigar that's in an 8 for you.
Sin Compromiso, Wise Man Maduro.
I'm sorry I asked. Moving on. So yeah, we gotta do a smoke together when it arrives. We'll see, because it seems like Yazzer has sent it out. It looks like Gary still haven't got it yet.
Yeah, still waiting on Gary to get his package.
So weird.
I thought he got his. I thought there was word he was getting it.
No, it got to inbound into customs, and then it just fell off the map.
They smoked it.
No, it just takes them sometimes longer in Chicago to get shit out.
Now, Tim said his father-in-law have some pipe. You know what? I really should go buy a regular pipe and just compare. But I just feel like, because I never learned how to properly smoke it, even if I bought it, it wouldn't be a reasonable comparison. It wouldn't. It wouldn't be a good comparison. I would be like, oh, this one is easier, but because I suck, so then it wouldn't be a good comparison.
Martine, are you going to review some pipe tobacco, man?
Nope.
It wouldn't be a good review either, because I don't think Martine's good at reviewing something that he's not good at.
Right.
Martine's good at reviewing something that he has some knowledge of.
Yeah, I know nothing about pipe tobacco.
I can say, never mind, nothing.
There was a joke in there somewhere.
There is a joke, yes.
He's trying to say that you're not that good at cigar either.
Oh, I see.
But I feel like Martinez smoked enough variation of cigar by now.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good.
By now, he knows what he likes and what he doesn't like, and that is the key, right?
Chop. But I think what would be interesting is to see your journey through the pipe smoking thing, man. That's the thing.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
would be a tough one. That would be a tough one. I feel like, you know, it's hard to review something that you're not sure what the proper way is to start with. Like, we just learned it for everybody else, right? We filled it the bowl and we still had to relight it 50,000 times.
Right.
But, you know, can you imagine? He had to edit out every single time he refilled that, relight that bowl. It will take 10 hours to edit that video.
There's almost nobody that smokes a pipe that smokes it without having to relight it a few times. It's normal.
Yeah, I just don't like fidgeting with the frickin' pipe, relighting all the damn time.
Now, are you relighting with a? Are you lighting that with a torch?
Matches.
Martin, you need to get one of these, you know? Light it upside down.
Yeah, I do.
So, yeah. I think it's a tough one. That's not something that is easily reviewed or something like that with someone that's not... Well, I don't consider myself even qualified to say anything about pipe because I just don't know. I tried to watch a lot of videos, try variations of ways to do it, dry on the table and see if it does better. No, it's just... So this is what I'm gonna do. Like now, for me right now, smoking the pipe means opening a box with pipe and just smell it. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I can do. Even though it's technically the same kind of hobby, you know, smoking cigar with pipe. You know, they're like cousins. They're cousins, right?
You know what I'm tempted to do?
What? Put a cigar in the pipe?
Since I have some loose tobacco, roll a cigar with some pipe tobacco.
Wouldn't that just be the Papi Van Winkle?
No, that'd be like the Betty's.
Because I thought the Papi Van Winkle in the back near the second half is pipe tobacco.
It'd be the Pappy Mark.
No.
No?
Pappy Amaya.
Pappy what?
Pappy Amaya.
Papi Amaya. Because when I smoked that cigar that Hashimoto gave me, the second half does taste like a pipe tobacco. It's very plummy. It's very, you know, flavorful. It smells good.
You talked about just chopping that cigar off and smoking just that part?
You know, I thought about it, but it wouldn't make sense because how expensive that cigar is.
Right. I know. It's compared to an Oro, it's not that bad.
I wouldn't cut an Oro either.
But you're still a lot better off.
You know, I might one day. Maybe if Davidoff himself pissed me off, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna smoke this Oro halfway. He would probably like it. He'd be like, yeah, some idiot just spent $500 and very good job, you know. But then, you know, maybe one day I'm pissed off enough. I'm like, I'm gonna smoke this halfway to see what happens.
Yeah, speaking of that, did I miss the part where we all yell SSL for life?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Shit. I'm sorry.
I tried to get past that. Move on.
I always seem like I missed those parts, you know, because I never saw it.
Oh, we didn't really do it.
We've never done that.
We didn't do
But
it.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, missed that.
Oh, my team's gonna fail this. Oh no, he did. Son of a. Oh yeah, he's using the OG coin today. He's using the OG coin.
OG coin, baby. I've got them all.
Were you wanting to do the boy part? Boy.
Yeah, boy. Like I said, that was funny. I actually laughed at it.
I don't say yeah, boy. I say yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, somebody asked me if I have any more of the OG coin. I don't, and I don't plan to make any more. So, unfortunately, you can only get OG coin for someone that has OG coin. I just don't have any more of those.
I've only got one more, and I'm not giving it away.
Yeah, I don't have any more. I have one in my display upstairs.
Is it that little one?
Yeah, I don't have another one. It's all gone. I mean, that coin, I always bring back memory when I look at it. So I have it in the display. I always bring back memory. It's like
It's like your first $1, right?
Right. Doesn't it feel that way? And that coin has significant weight to it, even though it's tiny. So it's like,
Yep.
It's good when I hold it. But yeah, we got swag.
You got sweat?
We
I
got
didn't know
swag.
that.
Wait, we got swag? Yeah, we got swag.
Swag. Wow. I need to
Right.
give me some of that.
Wow.
Swag. So, yeah.
I need to get some of that.
Get what? Swag?
Some swag, yeah.
You already got some swag. You and Jeff have like a whole shrine of swag.
I got a whole bucket of swag.
Right? My mother-in-law actually was like, "What's wrong with the people in your group? Like, you know, having a whole shrine of swag." I was like, I don't know. I have one too, but it's like, you know, it just feels good to look at it. Yeah, my mother-in-law pretty much bitched at me for making too much swag.
So if you can get that font, I think that'd be cool.
What do you mean?
The font that's being used for Shadow Smokers Legion.
What would I use it on?
It's got to be a font.
This is all leftover swag. Extra.
Hey, see, he still have that. You know, the pipe tobacco container.
This is duplicate swag, yeah. Of course, I still got the pipe tobacco. I got different stuff in it though, because you never put any pipe tobacco in it.
See, I am not gonna say that happened. Okay, I don't. You know, I think that you smoked it. That's it.
No, that's one of those things that you won't be able to live down.
That's the story I'm gonna go with.
But that's what Jeff thinks about you.
Because I was actually really looking forward to that really aged, you know, Macallan pipe tobacco, and
I am going with that story. So that's the story I'm going with.
But that's the same story James was going with. That you smoked it.
yeah, that's the story I'm going with. You smoked it, yeah.
The other story we can go with is that Albert smoked it. But I have never seen Albert smoking a pipe, so I wouldn't know. Right? So I don't know.
Albert smoked a pipe for a while.
Really?
I still have it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was before cigar or after cigar?
During.
Long time now. Yeah.
I've had that pipe for about 25 years, so.
Yeah.
No, actually longer, about 28 years. Now to think about it.
Yeah. So you know how with the lawyer to trademark SoySauceAssassin. My wife asked me if we should start. You guys know the Josh fight, right? Josh fight. She's like, should we just go out and find all the SoySauceAssassin and find it out first before claiming that name? I was like, there's no way. How is SoySauceAssassin supposed to fight each other? To see who can chuck more soy sauce? Wait. Martin is in his car. He could have just done that. He could have just done that an hour ago.
Apparently, that's what I found out when I watched
the other video. It didn't fucking rain.
That's how that's supposed to work.
What's how it's supposed to work?
That you take your soy sauce and you fight with it.
Yeah, right? Well, you got to empty it.
From that video?
Don't you have a holster?
A holster for soy sauce?
Don't you?
I don't. I don't know. But that's the problem. My soy sauce I usually go in a plastic bottle. So it's like, if I hit somebody with it, it's going to bounce right back.
Oh, wait, you have a coaster for yours. Never mind.
Coffee is good. Coffee is good. So yeah, Martin, why are you smoking now? It's a small one.
Cigarillo.
Which is?
Just a little store brand cigarillo.
Store brand cigarillo.
Yep.
Martin.
Yo.
For the Rojas.
Yep.
If you had choice between your favorite Roja versus your favorite McAuliffe, which one would you choose?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Is that an after show answer?
That is a tough one.
Is that an after show answer?
No, it's definitely not after show answer. Come on, you can tell that.
Oh, I agree. I'm just asking him.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
First of all, let's just put it out there. Which one is your favorite Rojas?
Street tacos.
So street taco. Okay, so street taco. And for McAuliffe, is that the A? That's your favorite? Or?
Probably the Mata Fina.
Okay. So between the Mata Fina and the street taco, which one would you say was better? And which one would you choose if it was placed in front of you?
Oh man.
And let's we don't have to say always. Let's 9 out of 10 times. Which one would you choose?
9 out of 10.
Da, na, 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 na. Please make sure your answer is in the form of a question.
Maybe 6 out of 4.
Okay, 6 out of 4.
Just wondering why Albert
6
hasn't
out
bought a
of
box of
4.
those street tacos yet.
6 out of 4. The all the street tacos.
We were working on that, and the box fell through. So.
But Albert, they were selling boxes in the website that Joseph gave out today.
You better keep working on it.
Oh, we're working on it. Trust me.
So Martin, did you just say street taco? 6 out of 4.
6 out of 4.
Damn. Now I am kind of surprised about that. I mean, I thought Martin is an ultimate McAuliffe fan, but turns out street taco has overtaken it.
Yeah, and that kind of tells you where the top 10 cigars of the year are gonna be.
Really? Now you see.
It's only April. It is only April.
So I'm gonna smoke it this Saturday. We'll find out. How good it is. You know, maybe I'll be a Martin on that cigar. But when I be a Martin about cigars, like maybe I'll say this thing tastes horrible.
It might. Never know.
So, but Martin, I watched your video today. I didn't see Michael on it. I thought Michael was gonna be on that one.
Oh no, that's on the video that I was editing.
So it's not that one. Like I was going back and forth and I couldn't find it. I was like, what the hell?
No, that was a video. What video was that? That was on the Camacho Triple Maduro video. That won't be out for a while.
Okay. But just put it out there, you know, if that deal went like just fall to the ground, it's Martin's fault. Like, I'm gonna go with that story.
What deal?
I was having a conversation with my client today, and then they hear you talking about wieners.
Wiener.
Yeah.
That wasn't my fault. He said wiener, not me. And then I just repeated what he said.
You said it loud, so you know. Like I said, yeah. I had an earbud, and the earbud ran out of battery, and it went on speaker, and literally.
Tell him.
Wiener.
That's pretty telling. That's pretty telling you, Martin, that you laugh when someone says wiener.
You know, it literally just.
At the fact that his headset died when it said wiener.
But the thing is, Tony, you could really explain that quite well, man.
It's hard because he literally said that. He said I believe that's why he said that guy said he won a big wiener or something like that.
Well, but you could, Tony, you can always say it was the first person to cross the finish line. That's what you can say.
That's not how you can explain to an Asian guy. Right? Asian guy doesn't know wiener is talking about hot dogs.
No, we're not talking about hot dogs. We're talking about the first person to cross the finish line, the wiener.
That's a winner.
Yeah, that means a whole different thing when they say you won by a head.
Yeah. So yeah, like literally it was loud because on my speaker it's loud, and my headphone is a different volume. When you have a headset on, it goes a different volume. So when that went off, you hear Martinez like, yeah, that guy won a big winner. I think the guy walked by and continued to say, I want a big winner or something like that. And then just repeated winner a few times. And literally the client was... And I was like, yeah, that's a different computer, different speaker. Yeah, let's continue. And they're like... You should see me like scrambling. It's like trying to turn it off. It's like... I'm pretty sure they didn't believe my story, but yeah, that's what happened. So yeah,
Well,
if my
it
deal
could
went
have been
through,
worse. It could have been worse. He could have been describing how he felt about his laptop.
because he was saying that, and then I believe he also said something about it backing up. This like motherfucker, that guy is close to my mirror. It was loud, and I was like, I couldn't close the video quick enough.
Yeah, Martine's got a mouth on him. He's got a potty mouth, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he was-
because
he
it's
was,
from a
like,
speaker.
He was right up to my door. They were parallel parking behind me, and he pulled up right to my door, and that's when he said something about a wiener. And he backed up, and I was like, motherfucker almost hit my mirror.
Stand close to my mirror or something like that, and because the speakers right next to my microphone, it sounds like someone standing right next to me and say that. Yeah, bad idea, not a good idea. But yeah, I will learn my lesson next time. Use a wired headset. It was bad. The thing is that if I use a wired headset, you'll see a wire on 1 ear because I only use 1 ear, so I can hear my client talking at the same time, right? So yeah, that didn't work so well. Lesson learned. Do not watch Martin's video while you're talking to a client.
That's funny.
Yep, that's what happened today. Literally today.
Wow.
Yeah, my client was pretty speechless, and it wasn't a one-on-one meeting. It was a 1-on-16 meeting. You know, on the Microsoft team, it
Yep.
was 1-on-6. When Martin said that, my face was zoomed in to the screen because whoever talks goes to the top. So it was me scrambling, trying to turn it off while that's going on. Me on the center of the screen.
Oh man, we caused Tony so much stress, you know.
Yeah.
Dildos in airports and screaming.
Gotta be like new kind of reputations for me. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, but then I know that the rest of the meeting went well, but they haven't signed the paperwork yet, so I don't know. We'll see. If Saturday I was like Martin, if I call on Martin on Saturday, you know what happened.
Wow.
Anyways, 11:01. We're gonna call it here today. It's Wednesday. I'm done with my cigar too. You know, too bad Martin's got to kind of delayed. Gotta finish that cigar. You know, I swear every time Martin holds his cigar, it's always like try to give you a finger. It's always like this. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for today. I'll see you guys Saturday. I will smoke that Roja street taco, and we'll see how impressed I will get, or maybe not impressed at all.
Well,
You can compare it to the
I
Bauhaus.
work that day, so
You're working that day, right?
I won't be on until like 9:30.
Or by then, I'm halfway through. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys